All right. Good morning, y'all. So, short message day. I only got two cars this morning, but intertwines perfectly with yesterday's message of shadow work and going inward and taking time out for yourself and healthy boundaries. I had to get it real quick. So, in the process of doing healthy boundaries, doing inner work, we got self care and we have grounding. So, for the past, few days of readings, we've been talking about tower moments and death and transformation and doing inner work. Yesterday, creating healthy boundaries and things of that nature. And I think this is more of an in-depth of once we start doing inner work. And yesterday we talked about balance, is focusing on you. So taking that time to have that self-care, that self-love moment. So when we think of self-love or self-care, I'm going to use the two interchangeably. When we think about those things, I know some of us automatically in our mind, oh, I'm going to have, a spa day. I'm going to take time out for me. When I think about self-love or self-care, is what I do during meditation, my affirmations with myself, my mirror work that I do. So doing affirmations in the mirror, me having conversations with myself. Yes, I'm a Gemini. I have conversation with myself. I don't know, other zodiac signs have conversations with themselves too. But having that conversation with myself, not only while I'm doing any type of work, but just having those daily affirmations, me hearing them speak, me hearing myself speak it. Our words are very powerful. So speaking those affirmations, letting it resonate within me, are some ways that I think of self-love and self-care. Taking care of yourself in general, taking care, making sure you're eating right, making sure you're exercising, making sure you're mental. So when I do coaching, I work off a grid. Actually, it says Foursquare. So in each part that I do my readings and then I do my coachings, I always have your spiritual, your mental, your physical, and your emotional. And I lay cards out in those grids of what you need to focus on, and we coach from there. So day by day, take a look at those areas. Even if, I just did it yesterday and, I'm fine. We change day by day with the moon phases and everything that's going on. We're human. Life happens. Things come at us fast. Take the time out to look at your mental, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual. How are you doing in those areas? That's another act of self-love because you're taking care of your being. We only get one of these. So take care of it. If you feel like you're too stressed out and you need a break, take that time. Take that time off. Matter of fact, we always say, I got to work. I got to do this. Guess what? If something happens to you, your job's going to replace you in a heartbeat. So take that time and that space if you're having, a breakdown, if you're having anxiety, if any type of mental issues that you're having, physical issues that you're having, health issues, emotional things that you're going through, if it's just too much, learn to take that break and do some grounding. Let's find some common ground. Let's find some balance. What am I not balancing out in my life right now? Is work overshadowing my emotional, my physical? Is it taking, a toll on my body? Is me giving too much, me overdoing, and then I'm not pouring back into myself? I look at a lot of the spiritual community and I see a lot of it. I'm drained, I'm tired. Now I'm getting aggravated. Nothing is being, where people are pouring out and pouring out and pouring out, but not pouring back in. Nothing is being poured back in. Taking those days to just shut down from social media, from your phone, from doing readings or teaching or whatever you do, and just saying, you know what, I'm going to do something that I want to do today. I want to lay on the couch all day and watch my murder mysteries or your serial killer episode podcast. I'm telling on myself. So, or, I just want to take the time to read a book. I want to go be by the water. I want to go, outside. If it's warm where you're at, going outside and just letting your feet in the grass and just, feel the warmth on you, the sun. Get out and get some fresh air and some sun. There's different ways for you to ground yourself, but definitely getting outside and getting into nature will be one of the best ways. Taking that time out to get messages from your ancestors and meditate and listen to what they have to say and what's coming in. That way you're anchoring yourself that you're still getting messages, so that way you're not overwhelmed with what's coming. What else can I think of? I think that was a lot. Those were like the main messages that I got this morning with the self-love and self-care and grounding. Self-love and self-care is not going to look the same for everybody. It's not going to be, the day of shopping and the day of going to the spa. And it may be that for somebody. But sometimes it's just shutting your bedroom door and laying in the middle of the floor and doing breathing exercises and meditating, getting into your headspace and seeing what you need to declutter. Again, just taking the time to let your body rest, sleeping in. If you have absolutely nothing to do, listen to your body. If your body wants to rest and sleep and doesn't want to do anything, guess what? That's what it wants us to do. We can't rip and run and jump up every time somebody calls us. Like, going into healthy boundaries, what we were talking about yesterday, no has become my best friend. And it's okay to say no, and it's even better to say no with no explanation. Right now, in this space that we're going through, sometimes we need that no. I need my space, I need my time, I need to do the things that I need to do for myself. So don't look at what everybody's self-love and self-care looks like. It's going to be different for everybody. Figure out what your love language is for yourself. Figure out what you like to do. What does your body respond to? What does your spiritual, your emotional, your physical, what do those aspects in your life, what do they respond to? Is it affirmation? Is it treating yourself to something, Is it just going out and being in nature? Or it may be having those social moments where you're out with friends. Find out what your love language is for yourself. I know we always talk about love languages and, our love language for everybody. What is your love language for yourself? How do you treat yourself? How do you treat the only one body that you have? Like, how do you treat those 4 aspects of your life so that way you have a balance? So that may be a journaling prompt, because I know that's going to be a journaling prompt for me today. What's your love language for yourself? And how do you find balance through these tower moments, through these transformations, through the energy shifts and the ascensions? Like, how do you find a way to balance? And if you haven't figured that out yet, today would be a good time to sit down and really just write everything out. How can I balance my emotional and my spiritual? My physical? How can I balance out everything in my life to where that I'm not just focused on work, and not letting my body rest? Or I'm so caught up in the ethers that, I'm missing stuff down here in the 3D. How do you find your balance? So those are your messages for today. I will check you guys out later. Have a good one.